Hello, my crafty friends. How have y'all been? If you don't know me, I am Catherine Stewart. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. It's been a while since I have been on and showed my face. So I just want to say hi. And today we will be creating a card using the Tulip Fields Bundle. Ooh, my camera's moving. And so I have been playing with it, and I've done some pretty nice cards, but I want to continue playing with it and see all what I can do with it and share with y'all. And if you don't mind, like and share my video to help me get in people's news feeds and to be able to share what I love. And there may be somebody that you know or that you don't know that they like paper crafting, and they may be interested in my videos. So even if you're not a crafty person or anything, share my video anyway to support me. I would really appreciate it. So okay, today we're gonna get started with the Tulip Fields Bundle, and so let me get y'all turned down. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my camera turned around, so let's get a couple, or at least this. I wanted to tell y'all about the All Together set. It's available. It started February 1st and it ends on May 2nd, 2022. So, and it's only while supplies last. It's the All Together collection, and then we also, you can get it with a single. Let's see, I'm just now trying to, here's a little bit closer look if y'all can see that. My color isn't right. My printer's low on ink, so it's probably not printing out. I know it's not printing out the right color. But here's the stamp set and the dies. You can buy the bundle or you can buy the whole suite. The whole suite, here is the number. And you get the stamp, the dies, and the, let's see, the Natural Tones stamping blends, and then the Designer Series paper. It's a 6x6 pad, plus the stamp set and the dies. So here is another look at it. Excuse me. This paper is the black and white. You can use for just about anything, and then the other side coordinates really well too with the Here Together stamp set. And then here is the Natural Tone Stamping Blend collection. And I know if you'll go to my online store, you'll see all the colors. My printer is I need to change the ink in it, so that's why it looks like that. So we got that out of the way. You have to excuse me, my sinuses are still crazy. I had COVID about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I think it's been about 3 weeks ago now. So, or was it? No, it's been about a month ago. Okay, well, yeah, about a month. Anyway, let's get on with it. I wanted to share, I've made these two cards right here with the Tulip Fields Bundle. And then today we are going to create this one right here. If I have, let me see if I have some more of this paper. Y'all have to excuse me. That's my child calling me. So we're going to do that card right there. So that is the Fresh Freesia. So you're going to take your Fresh Freesia cardstock. I only have, I think, the 12 by 12 left, so we're going to cut it down. And this, I'm going to cut it down to 4 1/4 and by 5 1/2. So, I'm sorry, not 5 1/2. It's going to be 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'll get it straight here in a minute. So I'm gonna go 4 1/4. And let me open. I'm a little rusty because it's been a while since I made a video, so I'm hoping that my camera, y'all can see all this. So I'm going to turn that around and I'm going to cut it at 11 inches. Okay, and then we're going to score at 5 1/2. Okay. Move that aside for a minute. And we're going to get our bone folder. Give it a good crease. Okay. And now we're going to take, on this card, I used the pattern paper from, let me get it out. I used the Flowering Fields 12 by 12 Designer Series paper, and I used this side to make for like my clouds and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. And let's see, I did this one at, I cut it at 2 1/2. Let's see how big this piece is. We're gonna make it work. Yep, that'll work. So I cut this one about 2 1/2 by 4 inches, I believe. Let me get my ruler. Yep, 4 inches. So let's cut this at 4 inches. Because it is already the, it's already the, right. Well, I'm gonna have to cut it a little more, am I? No, this will work. Because you'll probably cover up a little bit. Let's see, I think I covered, yeah, that'll work. And we're gonna do it like that. And then we're gonna cut our basic white piece. This right here. It should be 4 inches by, let me, because I don't want it to overlap. So let me see, because I cut this one a little bit longer this away. So we're gonna cut it at 2, and let's see, that's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So we're gonna cut it 2 3/8 by 4 inch, our basic white piece. So let's see, I know I have a smaller piece here somewhere. All right. 4, and then we're gonna do 2 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Set that part aside. I didn't need this. I thought I was gonna need it. And see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to, I don't want it to overlap too much. Just a little hair if it has to. And see what, right like that. Now we're going to do our stamping on our basic white piece. So get out your stamp set. And we're going to start with this weird shape piece like this first. So I just lay mine down. And I don't kind of, I just let it lay there and let my block pick it up where it will be straight. Well, that ain't too straight. Hang on. Let me see if I can line it up on this a little bit on my grid paper. There we go. Okay, so now I have that on my block. And I'm trying to remember what colors I used. I used the Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to get it out. And when I stamp, You could do either way. Sometimes I center it, and sometimes I just do the off center a little bit. I may do a little off center, just a little bit. Let's see, let's turn that upside down and ink it up. Okay. Turn it over. Can y'all make sure I don't go too far down where y'all can't see? And my head may get in the camera a little bit. I apologize. Can y'all still see there? Yes. That may be where my head won't get too much in the camera. And I'm trying to line it up with the top of the basic white piece. And it's photopolymer, so you can see through it. Okay. And you see it, I didn't get quite all the way up to the top, but that's okay. Alright, now we're going to take and just clean this piece off, where I won't get this ink everywhere. Alright, I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to take this triangle piece. Let me get my other block. This is the E block. That other block was, it was the I block. So, turn this away. Alright, now I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight and ink this triangle up. Okay. I'm going to leave it open actually, because I'm going to have to stamp it twice. Try not to get ink all over me. Okay. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to turn it, because I want to get it, you're going to match the tip of that to the tip of this other one the best you can. And I leave a little space because it's meant to be like, and sometimes I get too close and it don't leave no space. But I want to leave a space to leave like a row of tulips. You see how that looks? So I'm going to ink it up again. Turn it. And line that up. And it's easier to do when I'm not trying to, I'm trying to keep my head out of the camera. Okay, there's my Daffodil Delight. Now I'm going to go in with the fresh freesia. I can't say it, you guys. Sorry. But first I'm going to clean off the Daffodil Delight. I don't want to mix my Daffodil Delight and my fresh freesia. If I say it fast and not think about it, I think I say it right. But if I think about it, I say it totally wrong. Does that happen to y'all? Okay. Open that up. Ink that up good. I'm gonna turn my paper, my cardstock. It's just easier instead of having to turn your stamp. And it's really a fun set. I really like this set. All right, stamp one more on the other side. Okay, and then now I'm going to stamp the last one with the Flirty Flamingo. Alright, so let's close the fresh freesia. I think I did that one in polished pink. I don't know. But anyways, the Flirty Flamingo looks very pretty too. All right, ink it up again. And the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, I hope I didn't get my shirt in that ink. All right, and then just the good thing is I'm going to go all the way up a little further because I can cover this center where it all kind of don't meet up just perfectly. Let me show you. You can cover that up with your windmill. So that's good. You can do that. All right, let me set that over there. Move this out of the way. What's our next step? Let's see. Trying to get my stamping done. That one's just going to have a little bit larger sky, maybe a little bit. Okay, my next step was going to be, I'm going to stamp the little cloud stamp. There is 2 of them on here. Let's see. The 2 little clouds. And then I'm gonna do the trees. But first, the trees that's going back here, I stamped them and cut them out. But this time I think I'm gonna stamp them on the pattern paper itself. So, let me get some scratch paper, it's not scratch paper, but little pieces that I have for little stuff like that. Okay, because we're going to stamp the tree. And then I'll have to stamp the windmill. Okay, there's the tree. And the clouds. That tree, the block for it, if you're wanting to know, is the block C, and then I'm going to use the block G to do these little clouds. Okay. And I'm going to stamp the clouds in Pool Party ink. Okay, and I'm going to kind of leave it on here where I can kind of roundabout see where I want it. I'm going to put one there and one there. And I think I'm going to put one right there. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off. I'm not going to use that smaller cloud. I think I changed my mind unless I put it right there. Let me see. Let me take this one off. So down here in Deep East Texas, we don't have any snow coming, but we have very cold temperatures. I think it's going to be like down to 27 tonight. They said maybe some freezing rain, but I don't think we have any more rain in the forecast. I hope not. I don't mind the cold, but I don't want it to be no freezing stuff. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little cloud kind of up this way, like that. Yeah, that'll work. I think I need actually 5. I like an odd number, so let me do 5. Let's do one maybe right here, a little bit lower. Okay, I don't know if I like that or not, but we'll work with it. Okay, now we're going to put this ink up before I stick my arm in it. Now I'm going to do the Granny Apple Green for the tree. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to stamp the tree. And I don't have out my little piercing mat that you're supposed to put under when you stamp in the photopolymer stamps. It just gives it a little more cushion and a better image. Okay, set that aside. Let me put up this. Oh, wait. Before I put up that ink, hold up. We have to stamp our other little bushes. So we're going to stamp the little bush twice. This is the little stamp here. We're going to put that aside because we'll die cut that out in just a minute. Okay, now I want to line this all back up. Just where I know it won't cover up the trees when I go to glue all this down. So I'm going to hold that there. Ink that up in the greeny apple green. I'm going to put, actually let's wait and stamp those last. Let's do that last. Let's do the, I've gotten ahead of myself. Okay, we have the tree stamped. Now let's stamp the windmill. Let me find me another scrap. No scraps, so I'm going to use this bigger scrap. So I'm going to take my soft suede ink and I'm going to stamp the windmill. Let me get me a block. I am going to use block D. Sounds like it's raining out there now. Maybe it is going to rain. I think it is. I haven't looked at the radar in the last little while. Okay. So we're going to stamp that in soft suede ink. Okay. And we have to do a little coloring on the windmill. Let me wipe my ink off. And we're going to use the color lifter, and we're going to use the light soft suede Stampin' Blend. And I'm going to sit while I do this. I have a hard time standing the whole time. It hurts my back. Okay. So I'm going to add a little color. Let's see, do I want to do it? I'm going to see how the bullet point. I'm just going to kind of put some color down where the artist put the little marks on the side. And I'm going to color down this just with a light touch. And I might go ahead and put some color through here. I think I'm going to color this whole thing because I can lighten the color with my color lifter. Put a little color in here. I'm not going to color that window. I want to color the window. I might add a little color to that window. Not much. I don't want it to blend. And the door I'm going to color a little bit darker. I'm going to just use a more firm touch. Okay. Now I'm going to take this end of my blending tool and kind of just go through like this. And you see how it lightens that up a little bit. And I'm going to leave my door dark. Okay. So now I need to get out the dies. These are the Windmill Fields dies. I need to get me a little magnet sheet to hold them all down. It comes with, there's the tree and the windmill. The little fences, you can actually die cut a big windmill. And it has with this set, and the little strip of tulips. But like I said, we're just going to use the tree today. And the one that cuts out that I stamped. Alright, let me move all this over. Alright, move that. And I'm gonna cut this where to go through my machine. Okay, now we're gonna get our stamping emboss machine. Okay. And bring that over. And we have our base plate, our little, let's see what they call this. This plate down, they're labeled. See, 1, 2, and then one acrylic plate is 3. And then we're gonna lay this down. Let me stand up to do this part. You have to have a little sticky note or washi tape to hold your die down. Let's see, I think I got some sticky notes here. Let me see. Yep. I heard that it won't be much longer, maybe in the new catalog that's coming out in June, or is it July? I can't remember. The new big annual catalog, when it comes available, we will have magnetic plates for our new stamp and cut emboss machine. So that will be awesome. Let me cut all this excess off. I don't need all that. Alright, and get another little. I hope y'all are enjoying this video. I just kind of wanted to show my whole process. If you don't like to watch the whole process, you can fast forward. And then I take the other number 3 plate, set on top, and just run it through. Okay. Take those off. There's the windmill. Set that there. And then here's the tree. Okay. What else do we need to do? Let's go ahead, before we assemble everything, let's go ahead and get our sentiment stamped and ready. Right here. Okay, I'm back. My grandchildren came over, so I had to pause for a minute. Okay, we're gonna stamp the sentiment and cut it out. I'm gonna first cut it out before I stamp, because I am going to shorten it, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Let's see, let me cut me a strip here. This ought to be plenty long enough, because, alright, I'm just going to cut this. Make sure this is still recording. Oh, yep. Alright, because I don't want to run out of memory. Alright, this die came from the seasonal labels die. It was carried over from the holiday catalog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down and this down on my paper. It don't matter if this end, if it cuts it off, because I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. Ooh, my plates, this plate is bowed, so it kind of wants to act crazy. I think what I'm going to have to do is hold it down with a sticky note. Alright, if I can pick it up, and I'm going to take it and run it through a stamp and emboss, cut and emboss, stamping, cut and emboss machine. I always forget how. And it's not that hard to turn, it's just I'm sliding on my paper. I'm sorry. Okay. So we got that cut this way. Now let me show you. Let me go ahead and stamp it now. I think I am going to have to stamp it where I'll know. I'm going to take the fresh freesia and stamp the happy birthday. And the happy birthday stamp set is coming from one of the free celebration items. It's special moments. I think you can get this one with a purchase of $100. So I'm going to ink that up in the fresh freesia. And let me move that out the way. I'm going to stamp it close to this other end. Okay, you see how much longer the die cut piece is? Well, I'm going to take and stick it through like this. And line it up. I guess you can cut it this way. Yeah. Alright, I don't have to. I'm going to line it up towards the back. Flip it over. And I'm going to get it to hold down. Put your plate back on top. And I'm not going to bring the machine back over just to save us a little time. Plus it slides on me. Okay. Now, you see how it cut that? Excuse me, my voice is going in and out. Let me get my sticky note off. Let's see, let me find my take your pick tool. And pick that up. It cut the sticky note too. And see how it shortened it? That's one way to use your dies to shorten your sentiment piece. Okay, I think we have all the pieces ready to assemble now. And we're going to use the fresh freesia ribbon here. This one is the open weave ribbon. And then we're going to use the brushed brass butterflies. Okay, I'm going to set them aside. And we'll need a couple of dimensionals. So first, let's go ahead and start with I'm going to tape these down. Alright. Oh wait, I want to tape the sky down first. It's best to probably use Stampin' Up's multi-purpose glue. I just had that handy, so I used it because you'll have more wiggle room, more movement. Okay, now put that down and line that up and make sure you leave your 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever you do at the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green and the little bushes. let's see, I'm gonna kind of place these where I'm gonna want them, where I can see where I want to stamp this. So I'm gonna stamp one about right here. And one about right here. Okay. Close that. Wipe that off. Okay, now we're going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of our tree. And on the back of our windmill. And you can take and cut one and like little strips to where you can put on the fans of the windmill. That way they won't get bent down. Okay, like that. One more. Alright, take off the backings. I'm going to set it like that. Let's see, I might want to move it down a little bit. So it kind of covers the bushes right there, but you always can come right here and stamp some more. Take the backing off of your tree. And I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to come down with it a little bit where it's on top of the tulips, maybe just a little bit like that. Yes, okay. And now I may go ahead and let's go ahead and stamp the bushes right here. Since the fan covered, the blade covered up, windmill blade covered up the others. Okay, so wipe that off. Alright, put those inks up. Okay, now I'm going to take what I do with the ribbon, a strip of the fresh freesia. And let me cut, let me get my scissors that cut my ribbon good. I'm going to cut that little off. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to cut that there. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of the glue. I grabbed my liquid glue and I'm going to put not all the way to the ends. I just put it where I know the sentiment is going to cover, because this ribbon is see-through. So I just put it where I know the sentiment will cover that up. So now I'm going to take the sentiment, put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And take the backing off. Okay. I'm going to leave just a little space from that end because we still have to tie our bow. Now let's gather up some, and I'll leave it on the spool to tie my little bow. Okay, get that all fixed up and cut with my ribbon scissors. Alright. And then I'm going to take a glue dot to hold my bow on. There we go. Alright, now all we have left to do is add my butterflies. Let me get my... And I had some, my package came in, I don't know what it is, some of them were stuck up here. So what I do is I took a little bit of glue, put a little dot of glue there, because when I picked this up, it took off of the paper, picked up my glue. It took the little sticky glue dot off the back of that butterfly. So I just glued the ones that were like that on. Alright, let's see. Now I want to use one of the little ones for the tree. So I'll put one on the little tree. So I'm just going to put a glue, little dot right there, little liquid glue. And pick it up with my tool where I can set it down. Alright, and turn it like I want it. Alright, I want to turn this one a little bit before it dries completely. Okay, and now we're going to take one of the bigger brass butterflies, and I'm going to put it right here. Alright, you guys. For the inside, I usually just take, let me pick this up real fast. I usually take my basic white cardstock and I cut a piece at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do, sorry, I told you wrong. It's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Because I want to leave that little 1/4 of an inch around where you can see the cardstock. So it will be like this. But let's do some stamping. On this one, I did the little tulips on that one, but I think on this one, what did I do with the stamp set? This one, I think I'm just going to stamp the little windmill. Inside, and I will do it, sorry for my arm in your way, the soft suede. And I'm going to stamp it at the corner down here. Okay. I'm going to wipe this off. I like to wipe my stamps off because I never know if I'm going to accidentally set something on top of them. Okay, now I'm going to take the light, let's see, that's the dark. I'm going to take the light Stampin' Blend, just like we did on the front one. And I'm going to color in those. And then lightly color in the windmill. I'm going to color the door a little darker. and it didn't pick up that too well, but it's okay. It looks more rustic. Then I'm going to take my color lifter and just go down through like the middle, leaving the edges dark like that. All right, and then we're gonna glue it to the inside of our card. Okay. And there you go. There is your beautiful birthday card. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in, or if you're watching the replay, I want to thank y'all so much. And just remember, like and share my video. It helps me get in people's news feeds and helps me grow. And so I just want to thank y'all ahead of time for doing that for me. And I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Today is Thursday. This video will be up on Friday. And y'all stay warm, because over here in Deep East Texas, we're going to have a pretty chilly weekend. It was very cold today. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.